Hello everybody and welcome to another edition of Poland Daily Travel. I'm Will Richardson, your happy host, and happy to see you. We are talking about Warsaw. We've got several programs about Warsaw as the 2023 European Best Destination. Who would have thought? Surprising to many, but not to us who know Warsaw well. Has a lot to offer, especially on a beautiful day like today, which we bring you courtesy of checking the weather very carefully and getting a bit lucky. Behind me, you see the Royal Castle, which was begun 50 years ago. This is the 50-year jubilee of the Royal Castle, of its reconstruction. There was nothing there 50 years ago. It was finished after it was begun in 1971 in the early 1980s. And quite a feat, as I say, because there was nothing there. Now, how did they raise the money? As you may remember that Poland at the time was involved in a little project called Soviet communism, which they didn't much like, but they didn't have much choice over, just as the Ukrainians don't have much choice today over the Russians invading them, both spiritually and physically. So the castle is the great symbol of Polish freedom, of the Polish nation, of the unification of all the parts of Poland and its strength from particularly the 17th century, 18th century, and Poland's heyday, of course, the 16th century, the 1500s, when Poland was the height of its power. Poland always a force to reckon with until partition, but definitely a force to be reckoned with from its inception until the partitions in the late 1700s, so almost 800 years. The castle didn't just spring to life. You needed money, and under communism, money was hard to come by. The Russians weren't going to give the money to Poland because they didn't care. But the Polish people cared, and the Polish diaspora, that's the community abroad, of course, they cared a lot. So a lot of the money came from the United States and other communities, Polish communities across the world. And in Poland, they even had collection boxes. They even had collection boxes where people in the cities would go and put coins or pieces of jewelry into the collection box, so they could make even a small contribution to the creation of this beautiful building. There was even a collection box on the Stefan Batory, which was a Polish ocean liner, the collection box on there. So how about that? I think it was an ocean liner. The Stefan Batory was a boat, anyway. Some of you will know better than I do. I'm no merchant mariner, or mariner, or, yeah, you know. At any rate, the castle is always having exhibitions. I mean, people have wedding receptions there. People have meetings there, different kinds of gatherings, celebrations, and often big announcements are made in the castle. So, particularly international ones. Now, the other thing that's important to remember is right around the back of the castle, you can imagine going around the back, there is a garden that goes stretching to Wisłastrada and the Vistula River. Now, Wisłastrada, Vistula Strada, basically, is the sort of motorway down there, or dual carriageway. That's where Biden made his speech very recently, and he made a speech in Kiev, as you will remember, or Kiev, as has become popular to say, because Kiev is closer to the Russian pronunciation. But I'll leave that to you. My Ukrainian friends don't seem to care whether I say Kiev or Kyiv. No one ever got upset with me who's Ukrainian. Some other people do, but who cares? The building itself has mostly ceremonial as I was saying, ceremonial functions now, and as I say, big events, which is why the President Biden chose, I suppose, to do his speech there in conjunction with President of Poland, President Duda. So that was a big event recently. It all happened, reception here, speech out the back. With a ticket you could go in and watch. I had one, and I didn't go. I watched it on television because I had to go and comment about this speech on another channel. Okay, that's all I got for you right now. I'm going to go right over here though and just give you a teaser of what you're going to see in the next episode. So we've seen the Old Town Square, we've seen the Barbican, we've walked down, you've seen the walk to the castle, and now we're going to show you Krakowskie Przedmieście. Enjoy the trailer. We'll give you just a snippet.